How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Yes, the dark side of living in Germany. Every country has a dark side, of course. Of course, every country has a dark side. But today we're going to learn about Germany's dark side. What do you think they're going to talk about? I'm curious. I'm curious to know what they're going to talk about. Let's just get straight to the video.
The dark side of living in Germany.
Uh-oh.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about the dark sides of living in Germany. There are plenty of great things about living there, but like every country, it has its drawbacks as well. We'll take a look at some of these potential issues and you can decide if they'd make life difficult for you or your family. So stay tuned to find out more on this intriguing topic. 1. Bad internet connection. Germany's internet connection is known around the world as one of the slowest and most unreliable in Europe. And let me tell you, it can
Is that true? Comment below. I'm curious.
be quite frustrating when your Netflix stream keeps buffering or your Zoom call suddenly gets disconnected.
Oh, hell
It
no.
almost makes you yearn for those simpler times before the digital age. It is one of those negative sides of living in Germany that you only get to know if you stay there for longer. But why are we stuck with this less than optimal service? Well, unfortunately, it boils down to two things: lack of infrastructure, investment, and antiquated telecommunication regulations. Essentially, providers don't want to splurge too much on new technology since they already have an existing system in place, which means you end up getting what feels like subpar performance. On top of that, lawmakers here tend not to adhere strictly enough to competition rules, which stifles any potential improvements from rival companies entering the market. 2. Staff at Ausländerbehörde, German immigration, are so rude. If you've ever had the misfortune of dealing with German immigration, then you'll know that
That's one of the things I'm scared of. If I've moved to another country, I'll be so scared because I don't want nobody to be rude to me when I come to their country. I want to feel welcome, okay? If I don't feel welcome, and I'm quite sure everybody's not the same, because you're always going to run into that one rude person, but I like to feel welcome, you know? I want to feel good when I go to another country. If I don't feel good, then I'm making a U-turn.
it's not always a pleasant experience.
Oh?
The staff at the Ausländerbehörde are notoriously rude and unhelpful, making it one of the negative sides of living in Germany.
Oh, no.
It may seem like this rudeness is intentional, but upon closer
I was thinking that too. What if they doing that on purpose? Because I'm quite sure they're the boss, the head, you know, I'm quite sure they know that their employees are being rude. So maybe they do it on purpose because they don't want people in their country. I mean, I don't know.
inspection, it seems to be more rooted in cultural differences. Germans tend to be much more formal than any other countries when interacting with people whom they don't know very well. This often leads to misunderstandings between immigrants and those assisting them outside the Ausländerbehörde, an awkward situation for all involved. There have been several attempts by government officials and public figures alike to improve communication between immigrants and their counterparts at the Ausländerbehörde. While some progress has been made as far as etiquette goes, there is still a great deal of room for improvement on both sides, something which many visitors find disappointing each time they visit Germany's immigration office. 3. Difficulty in making friends. As one of the most populated countries in Europe, it may surprise you to hear that many foreigners struggle with making friends here.
Aww.
For starters, directness isn't a joke in Germany. People are incredibly blunt, which can make social interactions feel uncomfortable for those coming from more indirect cultures. It is one of those dark sides of living in Germany that nobody wants to discuss. Making matters worse is the rather reserved behavior of your average German person. Privacy and personal space are held at very high regard over here. Not only will you find yourself keeping conversations surface level, but chances are shocking news or gossip won't do too well either.
Yeah, I'm not for the whole gossip thing, but I tend to be a very friendly person, you know? I mean, I don't want to just come out and just start talking to people, you know? But like this morning, I smile at strangers this morning and they smile back at me. They say good morning and I say good morning to them. That's the kind of person I am. If you're looking at me like straight in my face and I'm looking at you, I'll either shake my head, like hi, good morning, whatever. And if they say good morning to me, I'll say good morning back, That's just the type of person I am. But being in a country where people are not friendly, I can't do it. I just can't. Yeah.
4. No air conditioners. The summer in Germany.
Oh, hell
the
no.
time of year when all the locals are basking in sunshine and enjoying the best of what nature has to offer. Except for one thing. Can you guess what it is?
What?
That's right. No air conditioners.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yes, my friends, living without air conditioning in Germany can be a real challenge, especially during those hot summer days. You may find yourself wiping sweat off your forehead every few minutes, just trying to stay cool. A little bit of wind will help a bit, but unfortunately there isn't much around these parts, which can make things quite uncomfortable. It is one of the most annoying negative sides of living in Germany. And while yes, some people do have access to an AC unit, they aren't as readily available or common as they would be if you were living somewhere else like America or Southeast Asia, where hotter temperatures prevail throughout the entire year. So don't expect any joy from that direction unless you want to burn up a big fat hole in your wallet.
How does she have a full face of makeup on and it's hot like that? Who wears makeup? You can't wear makeup if it's that hot. She's like, I couldn't do that.
5. Dog poos everywhere, especially big cities.
That's
One of
here.
the not so great things about living in Germany, dog poo everywhere.
Just like New York. It's everywhere.
We're talking sidewalks, parks and streets completely blanketed in canine feces. It's like a minefield you have to carefully make your way around. It is a dark side of living in Germany that nobody expects from a first world country. The thing is, Germans just love their...
I'm quite sure it depends on what part of Germany he's talking about, because like I said, everywhere is different, So if you're from Germany and you're watching this, you're like, what part of Germany he's talking about? I already know it's not everywhere in Germany. He's probably talking about, he could be talking about mostly in the city. I don't think he's talking about like other parts of Germany.
Their dogs. So much so that it's become commonplace to bring your pooch with you wherever you go, even to the grocery store. So when these dogs do their business, well, let's just say the streets are not necessarily spared. 6. High taxes. The significant amount of tax that is withheld from a worker's paycheck in Germany is the most significant disadvantage of residing in Germany. The amount of an expat's income that is subject to income tax might range anywhere from 20 to 40%, depending on their wage. It is one of the true...
Did he just say up to 40%?
dark sides of living in Germany. But don't despair, my friends. Germany actually has a lot of benefits.
Okay.
For one, the taxes are used to fund some of the most amazing public services in the world. These include free healthcare and education, as well as infrastructure and transportation.
I kind of figured I wanted to say that. I mean, healthcare got to be free. And I personally don't see anything wrong with that. You're getting benefits out of that.
Systems that make life more convenient for everyone. 7. Bureaucracy. Bureaucracy. It's the bane of everyone's existence, or at least it seems like that when you're living in Germany. For those unfamiliar with this term, bureaucracy is defined as a complex system of rules and regulations used to manage an organization. In other words, it's a lot of paperwork and hassle when trying to get anything done. It is one of the dark sides of living in Germany.
That's just
in Germany, bureaucracy is especially rampant. From the lengthy and confusing visa applications to the never-ending paperwork for taxes, it can feel like you're stuck in an endless loop of red tape. Even seemingly simple tasks like opening a bank account or registering your car can often turn into an arduous process requiring multiple visits to various offices.
Some places they be doing too much with the paperwork. That's stressful.
And repeated bouts of filling out forms. It's enough to make anyone want to tear their hair out. And speaking from experience, when trying to get through all that bureaucracy in another language with unfamiliar terminology and concepts, it can be downright frustrating.
Of course.
8. Too many rules. When it comes to regulations and bureaucracy, the country isn't necessarily known for its laid-back attitude. From strict parking laws to complex residence permits, living in Germany can be a bit of a challenge at times. For instance, have you ever tried getting your driver's license or Führerschein? In most countries, this usually involves passing some tests and voila, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Not so in Germany.
Not in Germany.
Not only do you need a certain number of driving lessons, but also must attend for...
Wait, yeah. I don't know what this video is from. Did he get this video from Germany? Y'all use that to learn how to drive? That seemed fun. I'd rather do... See, when I got my driving license, well, when I had to take the driving test, I had to be on the road. I had to literally be on the road. I mean, that's pretty... I think it's better to be on the road to get your driving test because, you know, they're able to see you actually driving on the road to see if you're qualified to get your license. But some part here in America, they don't do that. Some of them go like in a parking lot where they have the cones and they do that. Some places, I don't know if some places have this though. But it's crazy that y'all use this. I'm quite sure, comment below. Let me know if some of y'all got your driving license. If you did you have to go through this? Did you have to like learn, like do your test on this? That's, wow.
First aid classes, as well as pass an extensive theoretical exam.
Wait a minute. Did he just say 8 class? I'm sorry. I gotta listen to this again.
Lessons, but also must attend first aid classes, as well as pass an extensive theoretical exam that covers everything from vehicle construction knowledge to traffic signs to road safety rules. And then there's the practical exam, which includes huge amounts of paperwork. You get the idea by now.
Oh, Lord.
9. Germans smoke a lot. There are certain places, such as restaurants, where you can enjoy your meal without having to contend with cigarette smoke. On the other hand, if you venture into some bars or cafes, then you'll be met with a haze of smoke from all directions, which can really put off non-smokers.
Me?
We admit that this doesn't make for an ideal environment for those who don't partake in tobacco products themselves, but it does mean there's plenty of opportunity for people watching throughout any given night. It is one of the real dark sides of living in Germany. Another thing about smoking in Germany is how it seems unavoidable during festivals and parties.
Oh, it is?
Smokers will often light up without even thinking twice about it. So if you're not keen on being around clouds of secondhand smoke, then perhaps steer clear of these types of occasions.
I'm gonna have to.
Some places have designated smoking areas, but unfortunately, many do not have such measures, always making cigarettes very easily accessible.
It's so crazy. Is this finished?
10.
Oh.
Racism. Racism is the cruelest dark side of living in Germany.
Oh boy.
You must accept this awful truth. Don't get me wrong,
yes.
Most Germans are open-minded and accept variety. Some segments of society still harbour prejudice. From subtle microaggressions to overt prejudice, it can be devastating for the victim. Since Germany has been tormented by its past for decades, racial disparity here is considerably more deadly. This implies that race purity is firmly rooted in some parts of society and continues to rear its ugly head when least expected or intended.
Sad.
In conclusion, there are many dark sides of living in Germany. While the country offers a high quality of life, excellent job opportunities and cultural diversity, some downsides to consider include higher taxes than other countries, language barriers for non-German speakers, winter weather that many find too cold or grey. As with all decisions about where to live, an individual must weigh these pros and cons against their own needs, desires and...
See, that's the only thing that's one of my concerns, like going to another country, is that people will judge me the color of my skin, and that's something, you know, I think about, you know, and I know some people don't want to talk about it, but it's the truth, you know. If you're in my situation, if you're white or whatever, and you're in my situation, you'll think about it too, because you know, you go to another country, you want to be able to feel comfortable and not have people look at you and be prejudiced around, you know, prejudiced to you and act a certain way around you, or give you that disgust look, or saying something meaningful to you. Yeah, you know, you just, so these are one of the things I do think about if I ever plan to move to a certain country. I don't know how Denmark is, because Denmark has been on my mind a lot, and I've mentioned this to a lot of y'all that I plan to move out of America. I do. I think about it all the time, and I know it's gonna happen soon. I just don't know when. But I do want to move to another country. But I still have to think about, I still gotta do my homework. I still gotta do my research. I'm still learning. I'm watching these videos. I talk to people, but I still gotta do my research, you know, because if I move into another country, I gotta make sure that it's not a country where, you know, people could get away with saying hurtful things and nothing happens, you know. I gotta think about stuff like that, you know. Would the country have my back if people will act mean towards me? Like, would they look out for me? You know, if I report these people, will they look out for me, or would they turn their back against me because, you know, they're prejudiced themselves? So, you know, it's just one of those things you have to keep in mind, you know. Or even being American, you know, being Americans could be very hard too, because some countries don't like Americans. So imagine me, you know, American, I'm a woman, and I'm black. So those are the three things I have to think about when I go to another country, which is, like I said, which is very, very sad. But I have to think about those things, you know, American, being a woman, and being black. So I gotta keep that in mind. But anyway, comment below. Let me know if you're from Germany. Is he do you agree with him, or you disagree, or is there something you would like to add? There's more dark side of Germany you would like to add. I read comments. I do. And I'll see you lovely people. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you're subscribed. And I will see you lovely people. Take care of yourself.